een strijd tegen corona. Zondag 8:30 bij Discovery.
Nu is er de Hebe Skin Facial Cleanser. Met de zachte sonische borstelkop verwijdert u make-up en vuil. Het siliconen opzetstuk is perfect om uw huid te scrubben. Krijg een gladde, zachte huid met Facial Cleanser. Nu verkrijgbaar bij Kruidvat en Trekpleister voor €14,99.
Als je wil weten wat er nu speelt, of gewoon op zoek bent naar een beetje ontspanning, bekijk alles van tv met de tv-app van Kanaal Digitaal. Ga naar kanaaldigitaal.nl en kijk de eerste maand gratis. Kanaal Digitaal. Ontdek iets bijzonders.
Wow. Ja, door Giganet update ik nu no-time games en is straks mijn auto verbonden met de koelkast.
Heb je dat nou echt nodig? En dan de hele dag gebeld worden zeker?
E-mail?
Films via internet? Giganet zei? Dat zou best wel eens groot kunnen worden.
Snel, stabiel internet en een betere tv-ervaring. Op het krachtige Giganet. Dat is het plezier van Ziggo. Stap nu over naar Ziggo Alles in 1. Nu tot wel 5 maanden voor maar €39,95 per maand. En ook 12 maanden gratis movies en series XL. Ga naar ziggo.nl. Bij Mazda maken we geen auto's. We creëren ze. En leggen onze ziel in elk moment. Met de grootste zorg voor de kleinste details. En dat met maar één doel. Mens en machine in perfecte harmonie. Drive together, Mazda.
We're on a mission to rescue some of the most significant cars on the planet.
Why did we do this?
Because nobody else would.
Gas Extreme Customs. Vanavond 9:30 bij Discovery. De mooiste natuurdocumentaires van Discovery en de BBC. Nu op één plek. De mooiste collectie natuurdocumentaires nu exclusief op die plek.
John won this dated rental with a final bid of $138,000 and comparable houses selling for $160. Based on the condition of the exterior, John is estimating $18,000 for rehab and closing fees, leaving him a slim $4,000 in potential profit.
With such a tight spread on this property, I'm hoping to renovate it fast and start renting it out for $1,200 a month. If the interior doesn't need much rehab, this rental can be paid for my kid's college tuition in 18 years.
Let's wrap this up for a renter. In and out, you know what I mean? What the hell is this?
Yikes, this place is a mess. This carpet's coming out. It stinks, man.
What do you always say? Another man's trash is
Another man's trash.
just another man's trash.
Let's check out the kitchen, man.
Holy pickles, Batman. They were into pickles. Glass everywhere.
Oh,
Someone trying to break in.
look at that. Yep. There's a hammer right there, man. I'm not gonna touch that.
There's needles here, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some syringes.
I'm surprised we got all of our appliances and our copper enough. This is a full remodel. Maybe a couple grand for cabinets, countertops, a couple grams for flooring in here.
Oh, man. This house is official train wreck. This is unbelievable. Oh, what's it smell?
It's a water bed.
Why?
I had a water bed, like back in 1980 something. The carpet in here is soaking wet and covered with mold. That would be at least $1,000 to replace. Let's get out of here, man. God, this smell is ridiculous. So far, this property has been a big disappointment. If the rest of the house is trash, it's gonna take much longer to get a renter in here.
Seems another gem.
What the? You serious, dude? They smashed the Arcadia door in.
Here we go. Here's the weapon of choice.
What do you think, we salvage this? We keep this?
Yeah, we keep this for a boat anchor.
The living room's gonna cost me another $2,500 just to fix the glass door and repaint the walls. What are you doing?
I'm going outside.
Great, now I got my new screen.
Ah, it's old.
That's one way to get outside.
Look at this. This is just a peach. Ah,
Are you kidding me? The roof looked great from out front.
almost looks like fire.
Looks like a fire-breathing dragon flew by our house and took a big dump on it. We need to call a roofer over here to assess the damage ASAP.
Hey, Watson, how quick can you get out here? Yeah, I'll text you the address now.
Man, we need to get a number on this thing fast.
I've been running around like crazy today, and there are still more properties I want to check out. On a busy day like today, you have to make choices about which properties you want to drive. You're going to drive the ones with the best spread, the ones you think you could get the best deal on. Some people think a property's worth $300. I might think it's worth $350, and vice versa. I'm almost at the house right now, and I'm seeing banks, and shopping centers, and stores, and I mean, they're all within walking distance of this house. So this is a really, really positive sign to what I'm going out to see.
With all these properties on the list today, the buyers are spread out pretty thin. This could be a great opportunity to pick up a property for cheap.
Another auction is about to begin on this 4-bedroom located in the family-friendly city of Chandler. Opening bid is just over $267,000, with similar-sized homes selling for up to $315,000.
I pull up to the house, and right off the bat, I'm liking what I see.
I definitely like the newer construction on this. This is definitely a sellable house.
Then I notice the garage is open a crack. I look underneath, and I see tons of trash. Now I'm not feeling so great about the inside of this house. I'm shutting this garage door because nobody else needs to see what's inside.
I drive up and I don't see anybody except the Colonel. If he's my only competition on this one, I'm not scared at all. Even the air smells better. No Doug. Ed. Ugh. Roof looks like it's in great condition.
Empty garage.
I walk up to the front door. I see over to the side there's a window. Just above eye level. You can kind of see in. I'm seeing laminate flooring. I'm seeing edges are lifting. I'm cheap laminate flooring on an expensive house like this. That sucks. Between the trash in the garage and the warped tile, this house is just not worth the asking price. Way too close to the house. That slime ball doesn't need to see what I saw.
And free of charge comes a lizard on this house. Looks like Ed's brother. This house looks like it's in great shape. A little dusting, a little paint. I can have this house on the market tomorrow. Hey, Lou.
Scott, I don't see anyone else having interest on this Kenneth.
I just think that the list was so big today, not everyone could get to every house. This is one of those days we gotta take advantage of this. We can make some serious cash.
I've seen the warning signs on this house. I just can't stomach another loss. Scott will probably get it for a low number, but who cares? There'll be another list tomorrow. I'm out of here. Good luck, brother. You know,
what?
Good luck on this one.
You're not bidding? Really? Ed probably has better things to do, like trim his mustache, which means more money for me. I cannot believe it. Ed left. Oh, this is amazing. This could be the greatest day of my life. I cannot believe it. Anyone here? Hello? What the hell? Lou, come on, let's get this auction here to go before someone pops up. All right, here it goes. Plus a buck, baby, plus a buck. John Ray. Plus a buck. I can't believe I'm about to win this house for $1 over the opening bid. This is freaking unbelievable. Come on, Lou.
I just hit it. That's it. No one's interested.
Oh, baby. Oh, my God. I'm looking forward to meeting Lou out here later to see exactly who knew this house was on the dollar bid. It's time to see the inside of our dollar menu special. I want to get in there and see how we did.
Hey, what's up, Lou? What's with the lizard?
It's Arizona, baby.
Ah, it's like a bad omen to me. I don't know.
And what? Italian voodoo stuff?
Nah, voodoo stuff. What? Italians don't do voodoo.
Let's open this thing up.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you kidding me right now?
You would expect to come into something decent. This.
Hold on, Lou. Maybe it's not so bad. All I see is dirt right now. It's a big deal. It's junk.
Scott, flooring has to be torn up.
Would you calm down before you're tearing up my house? I just walked in.
This is the synthetic.
It's nice and smooth.
Smooth my butt. It's a top dollar house.
Maybe your butt's not smooth, but I know this floor is. So you're looking at $3,000 for flooring and $1,000 window treatment. Let's check out the next room.
Let's check it out. My Lord. Look at this. Kitchen's a disaster.
It's cleaning.
Scott, this is for Micah.
Lou has become very pushy when it comes to fixing up these properties. New countertops, new carpet. Where does it end?
We get nice granite to match the backsplash here.
I would get my belly button pierced before I would let Cannoli Breath here be my realtor.
Even if you drop an atomic bomb, can't clean this sink.
It's fine. I will give you your countertops. That's $3 grand.
Oh, music to my ears.
I will give you your sink.
Oh,
that's $500.
It's like an orchestra now. Now I'm happy.
You're happy. I'm very glad you're happy.
What the hell are you doing? Oh, you're being a child. I hope it falls so you have to buy a new
I
one.
hope it hits you so then I don't have to buy granite countertops.
Jesus. Oh, boy, another messy room.
At least it's a room, and we have walls and windows. Do you know when they do the weather on TV?
Yeah.
I'm the happy son. You are the rain cloud.
And what is this? This is the rain cloud right here? Are you going to leave this?
I can vacuum it.
Oh, really? Look at the stains.
Okay, I can change it. $2,000, no big deal. What does it take to make this man happy?
Oh, boy, Scott. Well, this needs a little cleanup.
All these dead plants.
That's a trampoline. I always wanted one of these things when I was a kid. Help me up. Give me a foot. Someone needs to test out this trampoline. And I know it's not going to be Lou.
Whoa! All right, hold. I don't know. Get to the center.
Whoa.
All right, get down, get down.
Oh, that's great. I can have this house rehabbed and sold by the middle of next week. Make $21,000. I should order off the dollar. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks to Lou. Again with Lou. What about Scott? What about things with Scott?
Earlier today, Doug claimed a lushly landscaped farm for $150,000. Some other properties are fetching $180,000, which could translate to a cool $20K in profit.
It's a $10 cover charge into my Zen garden.
Oh, okay.
Janet shows up, now I'm stoked, man. I need to get into this house now. Alrighty. Love this door. Come on, baby. Be good to me.
Wait.
Oh, little lady luck, huh? Hey, lady luck, you better work.
I hope so.
That's my thing, you know. No way. I walk in the door and I feel like I hit it big in Vegas, baby. Blackjack. I got like a little dance floor going on here, huh?
Oh, wow. Look out, people.
Yeah. Beautiful travertine floors, two-tone paint, and thick carpet. Woo! Look at this! Granite, baby! Holy
cow! Look at these cabinets!
Oh my God! They go all the way to the ceiling. Now this is an island, boo.
This is an island.
This is an island right here.
Wow.
Kitchens sell houses, and this kitchen's gonna sell this house immediately. Let's go check out the master.
Double doors.
Oh, nice. Nice. They even bought the tile in here, huh?
Oh, yes. Awesome.
Paint looks good.
Ooh, very nice.
Ooh-wee.
Travertine tile.
Yeah, it's got a custom shower here. You know, baby tub? What?
Yeah, you and the little baby tub.
This
Get in
is
it.
not that small, I'm telling you.
Well, maybe you just make everything look small.
Oh, this would look good with some glass block here. I gotta do 2 small touches to the master bathroom. $500 in glass block and maybe a $50 shower head. Other than that, this place is great. Oh, wow.
Look at that. This is awesome.
It's like a Zen garden front and back. All these pavers add another $3,000 in profit. Plus, you have this amazing mesquite tree. What the heck is this thing? What in the world is this?
It's art.
It's an art planter? I've never seen anything like that before. Hey, she's totally harmless. I love this tree.
Yeah, these trees are crazy.
Kids can play up here and climb the tree. Mesquite trees are native to Arizona and add a ton of aesthetic beauty to a home. The trunks are really strong. We can trim their branches and train them to grow in different shapes. You just don't see houses like this every day. Love this tree. I even love you. Mwah. Give her a kiss.
You kiss everything.
I do. With all the upgrades, I'm looking at making a profit of over $34,000.
Hold down the fort, girl. We'll be back.
Watch it for us.
Back in the East Valley, John and Jace are already $8,000 in the hole on their latest rental property. And a damaged roof could set them back even further.
I may have overpaid a bit for this rental property, but if it needs a new roof too, we could really be in trouble.
See you
Good to
again.
see what's going on?
Not much. How are you guys?
Well, what do you think? It's a beautiful roof from the front, right?
Doesn't look too bad from the front. Let's check it out. It's getting a little worse the farther we go back.
I'm pretty nervous right now. This roof damage could really burn us.
Oh, man. The top layer of shingles blew off, and with the second layer just being so old, they just look burnt and black. Yeah, it's not pretty up there, guys. I thought I was gonna fall through in a couple spots. I'd say we'd need to tear everything off down to the wood. Unfortunately, it's gonna be like $6,000 to get this all fixed up now. I know it's probably more than you guys are wanting to spend.
Maybe I should let Scott have this rental. After all these rehab costs, I'm over $14,000 in the red. Looks like I'll be saving for my kids' college fund a while longer.
Doug is dancing with joy after winning a beautiful home that earned over $34,000 in upgrades. Scott and Lou bid $1 over asking price on a messy 4-bedroom that ended up netting $21,000 in potential profit. John gambled on a Chandler rental with a surprise damaged roof and a debt of $14,000. And Ed and Steve were left in the dust with 0 wins. 2 weeks later, repairs to the roof of John's Chandler rental were completed.
Look at that bad boy. All we have to do is clean up the fascia boards and make it look nice. This thing will be perfect.
Oh, man!
But interior rehab is running behind schedule, which means it will take even longer for John to secure a tenant and to pay off his debt of $14,000.
Remember this room?
This room? It smells just as bad.
It's gonna take forever to get a renter in here at this pace.
Nu bij Discovery. Border Control, Spain.
The more detailed inspection of a suitcase's regular content reveals that it's not as innocent as it looks.
It smells a bit strange.
The civil guard discover the true objective of a Ukrainian couple's trip to Barcelona.
They're on file. We're going to go ahead and open it.
2 passengers land in Madrid with enough merchandise to smarten up all of the airport workers.
They could have serious health problems.
The driver of a vehicle simulates a family relationship to try to evade the officer's control in the port of Tarifa.
It has been flagged. We'll go ahead and stop them.
Adolfo Suarez, Madrid Barajas Airport. Several civil guards monitor the exit of the passengers in the different areas of the airport. This officer carries out an initial random control.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
From New York?
Excuse me?
New York, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But he is suddenly called to another terminal.
Go ahead on this device.
Look, there's some interesting baggage in Terminal 4.
Got it. I'll be right there.
Thank you.
Interesting. Could mean some luggage that has come from a plane which, in the jargon used by airport security officers, is considered to be a hot flight.
We're going to inspect it carefully in the presence of the passenger. My colleague's taking it there. We're going to see what's inside it.
The passenger, who is already waiting, must witness the whole handling process of their suitcase.
We're going to go ahead and open it.
At first sight, they don't find anything strange. Just clothes. A lot of clothes. But suddenly the guard realizes.
It smells a bit strange. Yeah.
Almost 45 million passengers pass through El Prat Airport in Barcelona every year. This implies thousands of tons of cargo just in baggage. Baggage subject to a fiscal inspection by the tax agency and the civil guard before its owner can leave the airport with it. Which is exactly the case for the suitcase carried by this Ukrainian couple.
The passengers come from a flight from Kiev, for which we previously analysed their arrival time and the location on the belt. And when they get to said belt, we pass the baggage through the scanner, selecting the passengers we think are suitable.
On this occasion, suspicions have arisen from the fact that neither of the two have checked any baggage. They may be trying to hide something.
Sometimes, to avoid the scanner check in the hold, they take it as hand luggage, and that way it's easier to get through customs.
Although they don't look like criminals at first glance, they might not be the sweet couple they appear to be either.
In 80% of cases, they fit the profile, but you're always surprised by the other 20%. They're the ones you'd least expect. That's why you always have to have your eyes wide open and pay attention during service.
It doesn't take long for the scanner to fuel the suspicions about them.
We're going to go ahead and open it. We'll ask them if they've got anything to declare first.
In one of the lounges at the Madrid Barajas Airport, which receives community flights, the suitcases of some passengers attract the attention of a civil guard officer.
They're Chinese and have come via France, so they've been stopped, and we're going to put the suitcases through to see what they have.
Occasionally, baggage of some passengers flying from China can turn out to be suspicious, even though they had a layover in a European country, or precisely because of that.
They wouldn't have to be checked, but as they're in transit, they may be carrying objects subject to some kind of tax. Or what they're carrying might have to be subjected to a phytosanitary measure.
Stopping off in Europe along the way before reaching Spain is often part of a strategy used in order to avoid the most thorough inspections, which are carried out on flights that come from countries outside of the Schengen area.
As you can see in the scanner, they've got a lot of jars in their suitcases.
It's not uncommon to find food, animals, money, or large quantities of products for which they try to evade the tax.
Let's take a look at the other one. That's the same type of jar. They're carrying a quantity that logically isn't a passenger's quantity. This is a commercial quantity. We'll head over to customs with the passengers and they're... well, we'll see what they're carrying.
Port of Tarifa, the gateway from Europe into Africa. The main shipment route towards Tangier. Over the last few years, attempts by mafias to ship stolen vehicles on the ferries heading for Morocco in order to sell them in North Africa have intensified. And they use a very well-studied method. Sergeant, we have a vehicle with 3 occupants, one of which is underage, in this case a baby. And we can see something strange in their documentation.
They steal one and pass it to a third party, and therefore the third party, who is the one that gets stopped, isn't committing the crime of theft, but that of handling stolen goods, having a stolen vehicle.
The criminals have many tricks for trying to avoid an inspection that could give them away at customs control.
Those who are going to commit the crime often use families, minors, or even the elderly to conjure up some sentiment so that they look like a normal family and aren't breaking the law.
That's why inspecting the documentation of any vehicle which is slightly suspicious is fundamental.
We usually look at the registration document of the vehicle and its technical inspection number, in case the chassis numbers don't correspond to the vehicle in question.
It's time to find out if, on this occasion, the suspicions of the civil guard are justified or not.
When we put the chassis number into our database, it shows that the vehicle's been flagged for misappropriation. So we'll proceed with the arrest of this person for a crime of handling stolen goods.
In Madrid airport, they only found clothes when they opened the suitcase suspected of transporting something illegal.
It smells a bit strange. It has a strong smell. It smells a bit... as if they put something on it to make it smell good. And this is stiff. These trousers are stiff. This has something.
The clothes smell too good.
It looks as if all the clothes are like this. We're going to check it all, but it looks that way. It's really rigid.
The guard's instinct is not just driven by his nose. Experience always helps.
These types of interventions have already been carried out on other occasions, where the clothes are impregnated with something and left stiff like this. This is a chemical product that reacts with the cocaine and turns blue. See the color blue? This is cocaine. This method's been used for a long time. Some like this are in pots. It comes as a solid or a powder or a liquid. It can come in 1,000 different ways.
Now it's time to figure out which items have cocaine and which don't. They analyze them one by one.
As time passes, more and more blue is showing up.
And another of the drug traffickers' strategies is revealed.
They often put a leather jacket on top first, that doesn't have anything on it, so that when you open it, thinking it's going to be a surface search, it's not positive for anything. In this case, pharmacy is the department in charge of defining the quantity and the purity.
Practically all of the clothes were positive, except for the ones on the top. Following a more detailed inspection, almost 90% of the clothes is impregnated. And this has a logical and unavoidable consequence.
As of this moment, we inform you that you're under arrest for an alleged crime against public health.
The passenger is defeated, and his suitcase holds yet another surprise.
The suitcase has cocaine on it.
Vanavond een Buick Racer vol tegenslagen. In Fast and om 12:30. Daarna haalt een beroemde klant zijn gerestaureerde Charger op. In Gas Extreme Customs. En bij de autosloperij wordt een Chevy-truck bijna verpletterd. In Junkyard Empire. Vanavond bij Discovery.
Hoe gaan de militairen precies helpen?
Nederland strijdt tegen corona.
Wij liggen echt bomvol op de intensive care met allemaal patiënten die beademd moeten worden.
Zo ook onze defensie-eenheden.
Het zijn vooral de geneeskundige eenheden die worden ingezet.
Tot nu toe wonen er 50. 2 weken terug waren het er nog 72.
Volg iedere stap op de voet.
En dit is dus het besmet gebied. Hier gaan we vanuit dat hier corona is.
Nederland strijdt tegen corona. Zondag 8:30 bij Discovery.
Wow. Ja, door Giganet update ik nu No Time Games en is straks mijn auto verbonden met de koelkast.
Heb je dat nou echt nodig? En dan de hele dag gebeld worden zeker?
E-mail? Films via internet?
Giganet zijn? Dat zou best wel eens groot kunnen worden.
Snel, stabiel internet en een betere tv-ervaring op het krachtige Giganet. Dat is het plezier van Ziggo. Stap nu over naar Ziggo Alles in 1. Nu tot wel 5 maanden voor maar 39,95 per maand. En ook 12 maanden gratis movies in series XL. Ga naar ziggo.nl.
Nu is er Paddock Platinum. De perfecte manier om zijdezachte voeten te krijgen. Dankzij het verbluffende ontwerp verwijdert u comfortabel en veilig eelt- en overtollige huid. Krijg een heerlijke zachte huid met Paddock. Nu verkrijgbaar bij Kruidvat en Trekpleister voor $12,99.
De Gas Monkeys zijn terug en doen wat ze het beste kunnen. Ze veranderen roest in rijkdom.
Yeah. I will take you for a hell ride.
Maar zonder Richard Rawlings
Gas monkey or bust?
zou het natuurlijk helemaal niets worden.
One of these days you guys are going to realize that I actually know what I'm doing.
Een nieuwe aflevering Fast and Loud. Vanavond 8:30 bij Discovery.
We're on a mission to rescue some of the most significant cars on the planet.
Why did we do this? Because nobody else would.
Gas Extreme Customs. Vanavond 9:30 bij Discovery. Discovery is op zoek naar jou. Zou je graag willen meepraten over de zender? Word dan onderdeel van ons Discovery Panel. En maak de zender nog beter. Dus ga naar discoverypanel.nl en meld je aan.
The civil guard begin opening the couple from Kiev.
We're going to go ahead and open it.
And discover that, indeed, they haven't come to Barcelona to celebrate their anniversary. They are tobacco smugglers. By taking all of their bags as hand luggage, they were trying to evade the systems that monitor the checked luggage in the hold. But that is only part of the long journey, which always ends with the tax agency and the civil guard. The cartons in both of their baggage increase.
Okay, thank you.
When the inspection is complete, what remains is a veritable castle of smuggled cigarette packets. It's time to count them and for the smugglers to face up to the consequences of their actions. Both of their passports. He must have a second passport. Look at it and check that it's duly notified. 78, note it down.
We'll head over to customs with the passengers.
The content of the 4 suitcases belonging to 2 passengers who began their journey in China indicates that these are not regular tourists. Given that they're not in the international terminal with customs, the officer has to move the passengers to another area of the airport so that their baggage can be examined under conditions.
This way. 2 here. When we open this type of suitcase, which come from outside the European Union, it's a surprise because here you might find firearms, drugs, money, anything at all. You must see, okay?
Every inspection has to be carried out in front of the suitcase's owners.
Well, the first thing that attracts our attention when opening this suitcase, logically, is that there are no clothes here, right? We can only see pots of lotions, perfumes. Here, the fact that there are no clothes is already telling us that this passenger dedicates themselves to bringing... that this has a commercial function. But it's not just that, whether they should pay taxes or not. It's the fact that someone could buy this in a shop, and who knows what you end up putting on your face, or the pills that you're taking. I mean, they could end up with serious health problems. We're going to call the surveyor, and now we'll open up the other suitcase, okay? Okay? Here, you can see the same. The other passenger, once the suitcases are open... Oh, look. Creams, perfumes, beauty treatments... I mean, this is more of the same. This will have to go through customs to determine whether it can be taken or not, and if it can be taken, how much they have to pay.
A stolen vehicle has been intercepted in the port of Tarifa when it was planning on boarding a ferry to Tangier.
The vehicle's been flagged for misappropriation.
The driver has been arrested immediately. He has committed a crime of handling a stolen vehicle, but also the forgery of documentation. The vehicle's documentation is not authentic.
Without a database, you take a look at it and it looks fine. But